China's infiltration of Australia. Now, an Australian student has been threatened with expulsion for criticising China and Chinese human rights and criticising the University of Queensland for taking millions of dollars of dirty money from China, and a Chinese diplomat whinged, and now this student has been threatened with expulsion. This is an example of when greedy, disgusting universities, and there are plenty of them in Australia, the carrot has been dangled and they can't resist taking the dirty money from China. Then they whinge and moan and say that governments don't give enough funding to universities. Well, if you want my personal opinion, any university that takes dirty money from a corrupt regime like China that's just attempted to infect the whole world with a bioweapon virus, any university that takes money from this corrupt, disgusting regime, the government should say, fine, you're private universities, you can take money from whoever or whatever, but we're not giving you any money. We're not funding you. An Australian student is facing expulsion by the University of Queensland after he publicly questioned the school's close relationship with China and was termed an anti-China separatist. Don't you love this language? By a Chinese diplomat with close ties to the school. See what happens when you corrupt schools with dirty money like this? That free speech goes out the window and they become communist, Marxist propaganda machines for the Chinese government. The university is taking disciplinary action against Conservative student, of course, Drew Pavlou, who has repeatedly criticised the university's close ties with the Chinese Communist Party. Good on him. The university has accused Pavlou, 20, of harming reputation, engaging in intimidating and disrespectful conduct, and disrupt the running of the university. Why? By pointing out China's China's corrupt control over Hong Kong and their mobile execution vans, and the fact that 1 million Muslims are in internment camps. Whatever you think about the Muslim regime or not, can you imagine if Australia or America or Canada did that? UN would be up in arms, you know, the Council on Foreign Relations, there'd be media stories everywhere about what an evil, barbaric practices these are, but no one says anything about about China. Excuse me. Whoops. Pavlou, who has said he suffers from depression, faces 11 allegations of misconduct, including activities that the authorities say breached its integrity and harassment policies. Oh, poor Chinese government. Do you reckon if he was saying anything about the Catholic Church or anything about Christians or anything about Donald Trump or the United States government or the Australian government, even the Australian government, they'd be threatening with expulsion? I somehow I don't think so. The authorities have presented as evidence of his alleged misconduct social media comments he he made regarding the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Oh, Hong Kong what? Such as how terrible, saying Hong Kong deserve their own elections that aren't corrupt, and Hong Kong deserve to control their own country um, without the involvement of the Chinese. And how dare stating that Hong Kong deserved freedom? How dare he? He should be expelled from the university. Well, in my opinion, um, no one should be going to university because they come out with useless degrees and they're only hubs to bring out left-wing radical communist and Leninist morons anyway. So, um, universities these days are just a breeding ground for poison anyway. Anyway, he claimed he didn't claim about to be speaking on behalf of the university. He claimed to be speaking on behalf of the university students because he was elected as a student union member and he was standing up for the hundreds of Hong Kong students that were there, and good on him. Anyway, 11,000 have signed a petition um, for the disciplinary procedure for the university to be dropped. Pavlov has also reported being physically attacked by Chinese Communist Party supporters during a campus brawl at the University of Queensland, sparked by Chinese students' opposition to Hong Kong protest-related activity. Yeah, he organised protests in support of Hong Kong, and the Chinese Communist Party supporter students organised a brawl. And most of these university students that come in from China are probably Chinese spies as well, and we need to stop them letting them into the country. This is what happens when you use money as your primary motivation. According to University of Queensland, Pavlov placed a sign on the I don't know, on the University of Queensland Institute, a cultural organisation embedded in the campus around the world and directly staffed and controlled by the Chinese government. This kid's got some balls, I like him. They declared the sign March, declaring it was a biohazard amid the coronavirus epidemic. Oh, declaring the sign was a biohazard. Give me a break. There's no doubt the university has specifically targeted this young man who was pointing out both the corruption of China and China's appalling human rights record and their treatment of Hong Kong. And because they want to keep taking the dirty money, uh, they're going to expel him, and he will appeal and he will get expelled because the same people that put these charges against him are sitting on the Appeals Board. Now, this is absolutely disgusting. This is Australia. We're supposedly a free country, which we're not. We don't have real free speech in this country, and this is an example of it. And this is why we need to get dirty Chinese money out of our universities. This is why we need to stop Chinese money buying up all our companies and all our properties and inflating the property market. This has to stop. The China and the Chinese government are an evil regime that want to take over the world by any means necessary, and we need to countries like Australia, America, Canada, the whole entire Western world need to put an embargo on China, stop the dirty money coming in, stop the students coming in who are mostly Chinese spies, and stop them buying up our companies. China is evil, ladies and gentlemen, and they have to be stopped because they don't care about us. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that video is long enough. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye now.